Brand new video from overnight, just some of the damage left behind overnight in Paulding County.
Whoa! That is some, so it's definitely thundering. Wait for it. I can feel that. I can feel that. Hey, this is Coach Bill 305, and we got a gearless video. But not just a gearless video, you're actually going to see me use this equipment out there in the field because I go backpacking every weekend. So I get to test equipment and I'm trying to figure out what is the best system. I might have to go a little bit heavier, I might need to go a little bit lighter, but I'm trying to figure out what the best system is. And I used a hammock in this getup right here. And it was a stormy little trip that I had. I probably shouldn't have gone backpacking, but I did anyways because that's what I do. So you could go ahead and watch the whole video, or you can just skip to the very end and I can tell you about the pros and cons of each equipment that I took and what kind of stood out and maybe what I would have changed on this backpacking trip. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This is a gearless video, and this is Coach Bill 305. Yeah, buddy. Hey, this is Coach Bill 305, and we're doing a weekend backpacking trip. And you can already see that we're actually out here, and we had a nice little campfire. Each cotton ball, you probably get about 3 minutes, between 2 and 3 minutes of burn time.
Yeah. I mean, that's all you need. Just
that's all you need, yeah. Just,
you know,
with a flame, something.
Little things.
And then later on, we actually had to walk our buddy who met us just randomly, and we actually walked him out to, like, I don't know, halfway like down the trail. We'll do the AT next week. All right. Happy trails, dude. Yeah, buddy. Ding, 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 ding. All right, good luck, man. But we are using the hammock system, and we're gonna be testing it out tonight. I know that it's gonna be raining. And we're gonna make some food and see how tonight goes. Well, we're actually sleeping in sleeping under the same rain fly, but sleeping in 2 different hammocks. So we're gonna test out everything and see how everything goes tonight. And yeah, buddy. So hope you guys enjoy this video. So we're gonna start a boil. So I got the nice little cook set over here. Everything right inside of my little titanium 55-liter toques. But the weather's not too bad. I thought it was going to be a little colder. I was saying that it was going to storm tonight. So that's why we actually purposely came out here to test out our rain gear. Now, when I get ready to screw this thing on, just make sure that this thing is nice and tight so you don't have gases flying out everywhere. When you place this thing on, or on the ground, you want to make sure that it's a flat piece of ground. Dump some water in here. Just turn it on just a little bit where you can hear it. Then we're going to light it from the bottom. And place this right on here. And then we're going to put the top on to make it so it boils much faster. Then we'll wait about 3 minutes or so, and we should have a boil. So unfortunately, my headlamp died because I didn't charge it. So it is completely dead. But I did bring my little battery bank and my adapter. So what I'll do is I'll take this right here, this kind of connected, and I kind of like this thing. Only adds like another couple grams, and I'm gonna go ahead and start charging my headlamp. So we got it charging, and it looks like we already have a boil. So yep, looks like we already got some water boiling, which is perfect because now we can actually start making some food. And this is what I'm eating. I'm eating some chicken and rice. And what I'll do is I'll take the boiling water and put it right in here. So first, let's go ahead and turn this thing off. And I got a freezer bag. And we're just going to dump this in here. And I'm not putting my hand underneath this, because if you put your hand under here, you're going to go ahead and burn yourself really bad. Which is not good. I've done it before. One of my favorite pieces of equipment right here, the Big Sky International. We'll just put the food right in here, and we can wait about 10 minutes. And we should be able to have some food pretty shortly. So it looks like Josmic is making hers. Hers just came out with a boil. And she's using the same system that I'm using. But she's eating some beef stroganoff. Again, you know, she's dumping it so she's not going to burn her hands. We've done this a couple times. No leakage. All right. Then we'll have to put into the Big Sky. Yep, put it right in there. All right, good. 10:02. All right, so in about 10:15 we should have some food. Yeah, you like the little light that we have? Yeah. Yeah. It's different. Might as well use it. So this is the other hammock that I'm about to sit in. And we'll be able to sleep next to each other. So I'm pretty excited about using this. So this is her hammock, and I'm in my hammock back here. So what do you think so far?
I love it.
You love it? What? Oh, okay, yeah, you can stand up. So she goes to stand up, and boom. So she's down there, but eventually I'll sit in this thing. And, well, yeah, it equals, balances itself out. So yeah, there's definitely pros and cons about this little system that we're using. There's a spread bar down there that I can display in the morning to kind of give you a better idea how we have everything set up. But this is our sleep system that we're going to be rocking tonight. It should be comfortable, and it looks like with this rain fly, it should be big enough to block all rain from all sides of us. So pretty excited to use this. So while she's blowing that up, I will show you the spread bar that we're using. So you can get this from a Dutch, and it's kind of nice. But the only thing that I fear about this, you see that it's kind of touching. Whenever one person sits down, this thing bends up. And it touches the rain fly. Now, there's no tension on it because I don't have the door down. But it definitely is a concern of mine that this part right here would be rubbing. But I think I'm just not going to pinch the door down. But there's plenty of space in here. Like, this thing only weighs like 11 ounces, this whole rain fly. And we did bring, oh, yeah, so we got 2 sets of straps. The strap's actually on wrong because it's spread bar. So I should probably take this and move it more over here, because you want the string or the strap to actually come off, not to pull back right here, which that could potentially bend, but these things are pretty strong. And we do have the cordage, the little guidelines for the hammock, much higher than I typically have it set up. But again, we're all trying to work around with this spread bar. If I remove the spread bar, everything works fine. And then we end up sleeping like really close to each other, and it's not as comfortable, right? Right, Belle.
Right.
Right. All right. Let's see if our food's done yet. But it is pretty big. Like it. Covers the whole thing. And you can see like where she's sitting right there. And we did set up the other rainfly. And you can kind of see the difference between the two. So that's the one that we're in. And this is the standard size, which is definitely a lot smaller. It is lighter. I don't know the exact weight, but we brought 2 of them just in case we didn't know how everything was gonna be. But I'm standing in this, and it's very much more narrow compared to this one right over here. This is, I mean, it's so much bigger, so much more room for activities and stuff. Like, look at that thing. And it just covers you from the rain. And that's why we got it. So how we doing on the food?
I think dinner is served 10:14.
Let's see what time it is.
10:14.
Okay, all right. Well, let's check it out. Big Sky International. So, what do you think? So hot?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's really hot. You got any crunchiness going on?
Let me check yours.
Check mine. Ooh, that's hot.
Yeah, it's like risotto.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Hard pieces.
Maybe I should have put a little bit more water in there. Well, I'm okay with a little crunch.
I have more water in my cup if you want. Do you need more?
No, you know, I'm okay with a little crunch. But yeah, I probably should have added more water in. Okay, all right, let's test out some of this food. By the way, this light that I'm using, I'm gonna have to let you know a little bit more about it. It's a selfie light, and it only weighs like 1.7 ounces. And clearly I don't have my headlamp on, so I'm really liking this little selfie light that I'm using for my camera stuff. So let's test it out. I mean, look how well that camera, like, we're a couple feet away. That's awesome. Versus me trying to like set up something on the, how is it?
Hot.
Yeah, it's really hot. Is it good? Mine does look a little crunchy. I can tell. I should have added more water for sure. But let's go in for the taste.
Crunchy.
It's hot. Oh no, the camera's picking up that. No, it's not. But it's definitely hot. So it's not too crunchy, but you can tell that I could have probably used a little bit more water. Woo! Woo!
More water.
Oh yeah, definitely more water. Well, we're gonna enjoy this little meal, and yes, overall it's good, but I did need more water. All right, well, let's try to hop in this hammock system. Ladies first. Look, ladies first.
Die.
Ooh. All right, I'm gonna hop in down here, and hopefully this will level itself out. Oh yeah.
Hi.
Hey, Panita. So basically, we plan on watching our little movie. We'll go ahead and have the camera, you guys, and then be able to film us or watch our movie like this. Hey. So this is what it looks like when we're pretty close to one another. You can see that we have a good amount of shoulder space. And granted, I'm not laying down, but we have plenty of space, and kind of see the, actually you can't see the bar behind us, but this is how we'll end up watching a movie, as if you're the movie, and we'll just watch it like this, being right next to each other. And it's actually pretty nice, because it's almost like you're laying down in bed, but yet you're out here in the mountains, next to the river, or wherever. So it's actually pretty cozy.
I love it.
Yeah, she loves it. She's been really digging the hammock system, and that's why we went ahead and decided to get the Winter Palace, just because we wanted to be able to sleep together versus me staying in a tent and kind of just waving at her at nighttime. So this should work out. But yeah, so we're gonna enjoy our movie, and yeah, buddy, we'll see you in the morning. Yeah, buddy. Whoa! That is some. So it's definitely thundering, and it's definitely pouring out right now. But it's still going. I don't know if the mic is actually picking this up, but it's insane right now.
A new video from overnight, just some of the damage left behind overnight in Paulding County. The strong winds toppled trees, knocking them onto the roadways, making it hard for people to get around. Parts of Villa Rica Highway were shut down overnight, and there are already a dozen reports of trees that fell on homes.
But the good news is we are staying pretty dry in here. Riding out this crazy storm that's going on right now, and it is bad. I can't believe just caught that on film. A lot of rain going on, a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning. It's quite the storm going on, to be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna sleep at all tonight. It's just crazy. Never seen anything like this before. It's just thundering and just echoing for hours. But I'm gonna try to. It's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning. Just gonna try to get some more sleep, but it's pretty nerve-wracking. Let's see what Jasmine. She's hiding over there. All right. Well, hopefully, we'll get some sleep tonight. That's the game plan. Probably shouldn't be out right now, but we are. Wait for it. I can feel that. I can feel that. Still going. It's loud. I can feel it. I felt that. It's loud. It's intense. Actually, it's in a hammock. Because it's better. Yeah. That was stupid. I know. Gotta have some humor being out here. So the wind is actually picking up, and so I'm just checking out all the lines right now. Yeah, I just went outside and took a look for some widowmakers. There's nothing above us. I mean, there's trees, but no like broken limbs or hanging limbs, dead trees, stuff like that. The lines look pretty good. Everything's secured. I'm wondering if I should lower this or not. I just don't like the idea having this part right here poking. But getting a little nervous. I did hear some branches falling down. Hopefully this passes pretty soon. I just read the report. Looks like there's a lot of wind advisories going on right now in our area. So it's not looking good. I'm a bit nervous. I'm not trying to wake up Josmic. She's sleeping. If I wake her up, she's gonna get all nervous. She's sleeping like a baby though. See, she's sleeping pretty good. That's why I'm whispering. But again, here comes the wind. You can hear it in the distance. Okay. We should be pretty decent where we are. We're like really like in like a valley type area. Trying to tighten up some of the lines. We lost a 10 stake over here. So what I did was I put it in between a rock right here. You can kind of see it. So it's a root. So push that thing down and that shouldn't be able to move. I wonder if I should move it over here a little bit. Let's go ahead and actually do that. That's probably a better idea. I'll add a little bit more tension. There we go. Now we'll go ahead and make this a little bit more tight. Okay, alright. So I moved it from right here to right over here. And I just want that nice and tight. While we're at it, check on these. Let me just check this one real fast. Alright, I had to tighten this one up a little bit too. Okay. Should get some 10 sticks and actually put the storm doors down. We'll go ahead and do that right now. I'm gonna put on the storm doors. Whoa. I think that was lightning. Alright. Alright. That'll do for now. Alright, over and out. God, I see the doors over there. We got these doors down. They're over here. I can't put this one down because that bar is sticking up, so I kind of have it connected to my tractor pole. I really want it to go down. I want actually the whole thing to go down, but the bar is kind of making it so I can't. Alright, try to get some shut eye. My batteries. Hopefully they'll be fine. So we'll put those right in there so I don't lose it. Alright. There it comes, the wind. Oh, that was nice. Didn't make it back here. We might be safe back here. All right, good morning, everyone. We're gonna start getting packed up and go for a small little hike before we head back. So we're gonna pack up everything. And did I sleep all right last night? But Jasmine did. She slept like a baby last night. Didn't you? You slept good last night, didn't you?
Yes, I did. It was raining last night.
Yeah, you missed out on the storm. I'm gonna put away my sleeping bag first in here. So right here is the spread bar. So we just detach it and it kind of just goes in like these little holes. And then you just take this, separate it. So that's that. So I'm gonna unhook this right here. I'm gonna keep tension on the hammock itself and start stuffing everything into the bishop bag. And this will hold my hammock and my underquilt all together. Which this does is allows you to have an easy and a fast setup and an easy and a fast pack up too. And if you look right up here, I'm just gonna take this right off the hook. And I try to keep the red am steel or the cordage just sticking out a little bit. So when I get ready to deploy it next time, I can just pull this part out. Right here is my whole hammock and underquilt. Then with the straps, I'll just take it, wrap it around my hand. And I like to keep everything nice and flat. So you just take it, wrap it around. And this is some straps that you can get at Dutch Wear. And the reason why I like this, because it rained last night. Sorry, it rained last night. But the good thing is, these straps don't hold a lot of moisture. Like, I don't know if you can see, like there's no like water really coming out. So they don't hold a lot of moisture. So that's why I prefer these ones over the traditional straps. And they usually end up weighing a lot more after a night of raining. I'm sure these probably weigh at least a couple more ounces now, but not a lot. Then I'll get to this point right here. Now I'll kind of pinch it together. And I'll take this part and I'll wrap it around a couple times. Then I'll place my thumb right in the middle. And then I'll slide it in. And this is how I wrap up my straps. And I'll just put it right back into my little hammock system. They're not too wet, so I don't mind putting them in here. If they're soaking wet, I'll just put them out like on the outside of my pack. And she's ready too. So while I was explaining everything, she took care of her stuff as well. That's how fast her system is. Now we'll just pack this thing up, stuff it in there. Let's go ahead and shake it like this. Just grab the two ends. And this right here, we'll get a lot of it. All that, you see all the water coming off? Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna take the ends and kind of like fold all the cordage inside and roll it up. So I'm tucking away everything and rolling that up. And you can see how high we actually set up the rain fly last night. Typically I don't set it up this high, but because of that space bar, that's what we had to do. And then I just take this mesh, which is like considered the snake skin, and I'll just keep on bringing it down towards me and keep on repeating the process with the cordage over here. And this will allow you to, for one, this is going to dry out your rain fly because of the mesh. So it does that, and it makes it easy for you to pack it up and also to set up, because you don't have to stuff it in a stuff sack and pull out everything. Everything is just in one big line, or you call it the snake skin. So this is such a big one. You actually have to you spread the snake skin throughout. Love this right here because you don't have to use any knots. And I'm just gonna pull right here, and that's just gonna go around the little hook, and it's loose. So that's all I have to do, and it makes it so simple to set up. I love the system. And I like to do the figure 8. So I go around the thumb and the pinky, and I repeat this process. This is how I pack up all of my cordage. And then I'll just take it and leave it in there. I'll cinch up this side, and then I'm just gonna fold this towards the other end right there. And then again, go ahead and undo this part. Pretty redundant, but it makes your experience so much easier. Then I take it, and I will go ahead and just wrap it around. Then I'll wrap this around, and I'm not doing it super tight because you don't want to damage your Cuban fiber rainfly that you just spent $500, $700 on. And you just go all the way around till you can't go any further. Then I just lock it in place, and that is how I pack away my rainfly. Now there's a couple things that you could do. You could go ahead and put it into your bag, or you can go ahead and carry it on the outside. It's not too wet, so I'm just going to go ahead and keep it inside, and then pick up the food. I got a couple snacks with me. Actually, I might want a bagel, so I'll keep the bagel with me too. And we are all set. This is one of my favorite sections of this trail. So this is actually the old trail. They don't really use this that much anymore. And you walk along the side of this, and then if you look straight out here, you have a great view. And there's an old campsite down there that people used to camp at. I bet some people still do, but you climb all the way up here and come over there. But it's really nice over here. This part of the trail doesn't get that much action anymore, and that's why we got some like debris. This could be from the windstorm last night. But such a cool little area. I like this. And it's kind of hidden off the trail too. Let's see if whoa. Slipping on the roots. Watch out for those roots.
I know.
And it comes out to this beautiful area. And you can kind of see like where this thing broke off at some point. Now we're coming up on the waterfalls. Yep. Do not become the next victim. So this right behind me is actually a sweet little swimming hole. You can actually get over there when the water's not so crazy and actually get in the rocks over there. But it's pretty deep right through here. But you don't want to hang out here too long because then you come down here, you float down here, and then eventually you fall down the waterfall. And look at that massive water going. It's actually going way more than it typically is. Like that's a lot of power right there. Like usually it's not flowing that hard. And then you can actually camp down there, and that little spot area is a great little swimming hole. It's not too deep, maybe like 5 feet at tops, but it looks pretty flooded down there. Bonita! Yeah, buddy. So now to the fun part. You get to see what I actually packed in, see like everything that I brought, and I can go ahead and tell you about pros and cons on all this equipment that I took out there backpacking. So this weighs about 12 pounds, more or less. And I always like to start with the outside. So seeing that I was going backpacking with my girlfriend and we enjoy sleeping together, we tried doing like the whole, I sleep in a tent and she sleeps in a hammock. And this wasn't as much fun. So we ended up bringing some of these little Dutchware titanium poles. And I really did like these. I kind of need them. But I want something maybe a little bit shorter. And maybe a little bit lighter. These weigh like about 15 ounces. I'll go ahead and put all the weights at the very bottom of the video. But these were very important because we want to go ahead and sleep together. And also on the outside of my pack, I have the Z-Packs rain jacket that I did use. So I'm actually happy that I brought this. And I always keep this on the outside of my pack. And you should always bring a rain jacket. Now, is it waterproof? I'm going to be honest. There's no ultralight rain jacket that is waterproof. I've tried them all and still the same result. They all kind of like leak through. But on this trip, this worked just fine because it didn't really rain that lot and I didn't really hike in the rain. I also have rain pants. Didn't really need those for this trip. But again, they weigh about 2 ounces. Those are some enlightening equipment, rain pants. Actually, I think they're wind pants. Also on the outside of my pack, I carry these. And I love some camp shoes. These weigh 1 ounce each. So together they weigh 2 ounces. These are actually built like with good quality. So I do recommend the Z-Packs slippers. Very good. And I also have some of my toiletries. I also have my water bottle, my dirty water bottle right here. So I'll put all the dirty water in this and then I'll use my Sawyer and I'll go ahead and create a gravity system. I attach in a smart water bottle at the end of this right here and just hang this from the tree. And I've been using this for many years and I do like it. It's different than what my girlfriend uses, but I prefer this method. I'm able to go ahead and filter water while I'm at camp or just taking a break. So I really like this gravity system that I've been using over the past couple years. Then I always carry some gloves, some smart wool gloves. Then I carry some more camera gear. This is actually kind of heavy. This is about 8 ounces. I do not recommend this little system right here. And the reason why I say that, every single time I tried using this, I struggled trying to use it. I had to like push this button and again, I'm trying to do it on the camera and I just couldn't get the right angles. So this tripod is not going to be going on my next one and this weighs too much. But I do have a better solution. I just haven't used it yet. I went ahead and ordered it on Amazon, so I'm very excited to check it out. 10 stakes. I carry about 10 shepherd hooks. Very light. I think they weigh maybe 0.4 ounces. I think it's about 0.4 ounces. They're very light, 6-inch shepherd hooks. I like these, and if you watched the video, I did have 110 stake that came out, but again, I prefer using these over the ground hugs just because it's easier to clean, and if I really want to go ahead and make sure that the 10 stake doesn't like fall out, I can go ahead and put something on top of it. I've been in some really crazy windstorms, and that's what I typically do. Then I got a trowel. This is the Deuce of Spades right here. It only weighs 0.45 ounces. I think this actually weighs a little bit less now. So you've seen that I've been using it so much. So that's everything I keep in the little back area. But I do have a pocket that I installed on this pack right here. And this is made out of that new Ultra fiber. I don't even know what it's really called. It's like 100 Ultra. It's waterproof, okay? Inside, I keep my headlamp. This is the Nikkor. And it comes with a thicker headband. I just don't need an extra headband. Plus, the extra headband probably weighs like another ounce. This right here weighs about 1 or 2 ounces. Then I also keep some hand sanitizer, some chapstick, a nice little Swiss Army knife that has everything that I need for backpacking, right down to tweezers and a toothpick, and it has scissors and everything. So this is what I need, and I really don't do like much of carving or bushcraft type stuff. So this is all I need when it comes to like my backpacking stuff. I also carry a penny in here, and you know, if you're having a bad day, go ahead and flip heads or tails. No, I carry this because sometimes I carry a bear canister, and this is really good at getting a bear canister open. I have a couple water bottles, and I like to keep them up front. It helps with the balance. So if I have all the weight up front, it allows me to carry like a more like smooth pack versus it all like on your back, and you feel like you're getting pulled back. So I really like having this little vest up front. I was kind of against for a while having like a water bottle out there, but after actually having the water bottle out in the front, I've really just fallen in love with it. I think it's almost a must because it does even out the balance in your load. So you're just not all like leaning backwards. And this pack right here is the Z-Packs 50 Super Nero. It is a waterproof pack, and it doesn't come with a hip belt. I decided to get the hip belt a couple weeks ago, and I do like it. It kind of takes off a little bit more of that stress on my shoulders if I'm hiking for a long period of time. On this trip, we really didn't hike that long. We hiked for 3.5 miles in one direction, and then 3.5 miles back. So a total of seven miles over the 2 days. So not a lot of hiking. I didn't really need the hip belts, but it is something that I'm always going to keep on this pack because on my longer hikes, I'm going to need it. And it also comes with a nice little sit pad. So when you're sitting down at the fire or in my hammock, I can go ahead and put my feet off and like change my clothes. So it's kind of nice to have a nice little sit pad or dry pad when you're out there dealing with some of those elements. So this was the new rainfly that you saw in the video. And we decided to get this. This is the Winter Palace. It weighs about, I want to say 11 ounces. Again, I'll put the weight at the very bottom of the video. This weighs 11 ounces, maybe 12 ounces, but it's huge. It's so much bigger than the other rainfly that I used to have. I mean, I still have it, but you can see the difference in the video, like because we actually brought both this to kind of like compare the two. And to be honest, we brought both of them because I didn't know if this was actually going to work, because this was our first time using this out there backpacking, and I knew that it was going to storm. So it was kind of I wanted to bring it, I wanted to try it, and I wanted it to work, and it did work. So it's like one of those items that you're so happy that you actually made the purchase for. This thing is not cheap by any means. It's close to like $400, $500, $600, almost like $700 worth of stuff all wrapped up here. But when you finally find something that works well, like you're actually excited that you're just like, yeah, this is something that I definitely needed. I mean, me and my girlfriend, we actually needed. It worked out very well. So now let's take a look what I keep in my food bag. So I keep all my camera gear in my food bag as well. So we're gonna pull out the wireless mics first. This right here is kind of over duty, and you don't need to bring this, but this is something that I bring because when I'm out there filming, I like to have something that keeps all my mics charged, like the one that I'm wearing right now. Test 1, test 2. But the reason why I like doing the wireless mics, maybe you're getting into like the YouTube stuff, but when you're out there talking and you're trying to demonstrate something and I'm looking the other direction, you won't be able to hear me that well. So I really like having the wireless mics because you can always pick up what someone is saying. And this has 4 different wireless mics. So if I'm out there backpacking like with my girlfriend or a friend that wants to go ahead and talk a little bit, I can go ahead and put on wireless mic on them too. So this has 4 wireless mics. Kind of weighs a bunch. I think it weighs like 4 ounces. I do have some ultralight ones that I take, but I also like how these clip on. These clip on very simple, and I feel like they're snug. I can go ahead and move around, and I don't feel like they're gonna drop. Maybe I should get into a more detailed video on my electronics. Let me know if you want something like that. I also bring 2 10 energy powered night core. These things weigh about 5 ounces, and I typically bring only 2. And I know I don't need to for a short little weekend trip, but again, I'm trying to perfect my backpacking stuff because I like to do long hikes, and when I'm out there doing long hikes, this is something that I'm going to be carrying with me, and 1 isn't enough. I film a lot, and I also like the luxury of maybe watching a movie at nighttime or do some editing on the trail. So I require a lot of energy. So I do two of these right here, 10 megahertz or whatever it's called. And for the cordage that I use a 1 foot USB to C. I'm thinking about upgrading this maybe to a C-type to another C-type. I guess like you get more energy out of it. So I'm trying to like make the best set of equipment that I possibly can, and I also want it light too, and that's why I have this nice little adapter. And this adapter is key. I've used this on so many of my backpacking trips. If I need to plug in my headlamp or plug in my cell phone, this can go ahead and do everything that I need. So excuse me, I got something in my throat, but I really like this, and it's very light. It's like 2 cordages in 1. And then the selfie light. This was actually a star in our video that we just did. And this is going to go on all my backpacking trips. I really like this. For one, it is a great light when you're out there just backpacking and you want something just to light up the area. But if I want to go ahead and do a video, like using the camera, you go ahead and turn this thing on, and you can go ahead and just slide this right on. So whenever I'm out there filming, I'm able to have my face all lit up, versus what I was trying to do in the other times was like shine the light, the camera light, and I was like getting blinded by it. And I just couldn't see like what I was actually filming. And then afterwards, I would have this like black reddish dot just everywhere I was looking. And this doesn't do it. So I'm really liking this. It weighs 1.7 ounces. It will die after time. It says that it's water resistant, but I doubt it. I'm not going to go ahead and put this in rain. But this is going on all my backpacking trips from now on. So that is my electronics that I bring. Some people add this into their base weight. Some people don't. I'm going to be carrying it. So, and again, this is for me. I'm trying to like put all the best stuff together and see like what my weight is minus the food. But I still bring food as well. So you'll see that I'm pulling out a ton of food. I still got some tea, some coffee, some pretzels, some crackers, more crackers, a garbage bag. I got some popcorn, some cough drops, some candy, some fig bars, and that is all I have. So this right here is my first aid kit. I keep some Cuban fiber repair tape in here, some chapsticks, some ibuprofen, some, what is that, anti-chafing cream. Again, use this on my longer trips all the time. But that's my first aid kit. And then I also bring a little cook system. And this weighs probably, oh no, I'll have to weigh it, but I'll put the weights down there. I do the lighter, the little foamy or the BRS, little 1 ounce camp stove, and then my fuel tank. So I know you're probably in the video like, Coach, all this right here, I don't add that into my base weight. It's okay. I do. But you know what? It's just going to make you better anyways, because you're going to go ahead and take all this and move it away, and then you're going to have like a real number. So it's going to be better for you anyways. So yeah, it's probably more like, I don't know, do you include the canister? I'm going to be carrying it when it's empty. I don't know. It's probably, the base weight is probably more closer to like 10, maybe 11 pounds versus 12 pounds. So let's continue and look to see what else is in the pack that I carry. This right here is my hammock system that I use. This carries my underquilt and my hammock and my straps. This is one of my favorite systems, and I've been using this for many years. I stopped for a while. Now I'm switching back because my girlfriend likes to, she really likes the hammocks. It's super comfortable. I do pack the longer straps. I carry the longer straps. She carries the shorter straps. Now what I could do, and this is something trying to move forward, like I can give her maybe one of my longer ones, and then I carry one of the shorter ones, and so like when we guide all the straps out for like the dual system that we're sleeping in, that might work a little bit better. But again, we're gonna find out down the road. This is our first time like actually backpacking using this system, but this is so simple. And if you're into hammock camping, try to make your own like little bishop bag. This is your little line that comes out. You stick it on to your straps, and then you deploy everything right from here. It's very simple. And this right here is my hammock gear 20 ounce, my 20 degree barrel. This is a top quilt that I've been using for many years. And if you look at it, it still holds a lot of loft. And I can't say anything negative about this thing because I've used it on a through hike, and there's still so much loft, and it stays true to the rating. This only weighs like 20 ounces, and for the amount of warmth that I can get from it, I love it. So this goes on all my trips, unless unless it's very cold. But again, I get stuck using this one because Jasmine gets to use the 0 degree. So this is what I use all season long, even during the summertime, because this is my favorite. And if it gets too cold, that's when you're like, I wish I brought the warmer one. So the 20 degree quilt is what I always bring on all my backpacking trips. So some of the clothes that I bring, and we'll just put them all out here. An extra pair of socks, darn tough socks. Everyone knows about these things. They're darn tough, and it is true. And they only weigh a couple ounces. I always like to carry an extra pair, just in case if your feet get wet, you can go ahead and put on something clean. And again, when I'm out there doing long hikes, long through hikes, I like to only carry 2 pairs. Sometimes you can bring 3. To me, you just really need 2. But and then you're kind of like looking for some laundry mat to clean them. Buffer, I always like to bring a buff. Keep your face, your nose warm, your ears, keeps your neck warm, as it adds so much warmth when you go ahead and have it around your neck. And the Z-Packs Octa fleece hoodie. This has been a star in a lot of my videos. I just love how, I don't know if you can really see, I have a video that I did a whole like review on this. This material is so nice. You can actually kind of see like my hand through it. It's light. This probably weighs like 5 ounces. It gives it that breathability, and this is a problem that I had when I was like using my other hoodies. I would always like sweat too much. So I decided to go with something that was more breathable, but yet I could still stay warm. Again, an Octa Fleece hoodie, hat, and the pants right here. So I decided to get the pants, and I will do a full review on these. I just haven't got a chance to it because I'm doing a lot of other filming. I'm filming almost every weekend and editing every weekend. But these right here. So when I'm out there sleeping, I sweat a lot in my mid area. And I don't want to go ahead and wake up with this sweatiness that you got going on. So I tried these because the Octa Fleece worked so amazing. I wanted to try out the pants. And the pants are a keeper. They're going to go on all my backpacking trips. They're great to sleep in, and they're also good to hike in. And I did take it out on one of my trips, and it was actually too cold. Like the wind, like they're too breathable. But I bought them because they're breathable. And if I want to go ahead and like make them more warm, I have those rain pants or those wind pants, and they can go ahead and trap all the air in, and I can get toasty warm. So you just watched a full video of one of mine, and this is what I do. I backpack every weekend. I love it. This is something that I'm just, like, I'm always trying to perfect, like, what I can do better. So if you like videos like this where I'm out there backpacking, and I'm learning, and I make a ton of mistakes. You'll see in a lot of my videos, a lot of my trip videos. I make a lot of gear videos, but yeah. I'm Coach Bill 315, and please hit that like and subscribe button because it does help out the channel. And
yeah, buddy. Subscribe!